Your internet cannot be slow at this point. Anyway, but I'm sure you can hear my voice if you're there. So, guys, today we're live. We're talking to Blessing from Jos. She's a student of the University of Jos. And during my travels across the northeastern part of Nigeria, the first point uh, of my stop was in southern Kaduna, and from there, I also went to Plateau State, and I spent close to a week in Plateau State, Jos. I went around. I went to the university campus. I went to like different areas in Jos, and I was able to ask young people questions. And Blessing happened to be one of them. And because I was fascinated by some of her answers and impressed, I asked if I could talk to her again. And I spent a lot of time in Plateau, like I said, visiting some of the rural areas based on some of the recommendations I got. And so today we want to quickly discuss what is going on in the north central part of Nigeria. Because a lot of Nigerians conflate these two things. When they look at what is going on in the northeast in Borno, for instance, they're using the same lens to look at what is happening in the north central, which is completely different. What is happening in Damboa in Borno is different from what is happening in Jos, in Plateau State, which is in north central. So, Blessing, can you tell us a bit about yourself? And yeah, are you excited to be live with us here? Go ahead. Go ahead, Blessing. The mic is yours. I think there's some sort of delay, but if you can hear me.
Okay, good evening all. Yeah,
Go on, Blessing. We're hearing you. Whether there's a delay or not, you can continue. We want to hear what you have to say.
okay. Good evening. Okay, here in Plateau State, there have been recently in a state of security unrest, whereby people and residents can't actually stay at peace or can't actually sleep peacefully without having thoughts of bandits raiding their compounds or communities. Okay, in the Jos South region, during in Bokos local government to be precise, there was that was the beginning of the whole Trump coming incident. So we have cases whereby communities communities are being raided by Fulani terrorists, and then they are having mass murder of Christians in such areas. So here it is considered a kind of Christian mother like that.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the internet is a bit stable now. So I was going to ask you about the situation in the North Central, particularly in Plateau State, where you come from. So you're saying that recently we've also started seeing the resurgence of banditry, Fulani headsmen, as they call, and so as some of them say, attacking and raiding some villages and raiding homes. Why are they doing it? Why are these guys raiding homes and destroying villages?
Okay. Their reasons aren't particularly known to residents and community members. So as far as the residents are concerned, their thoughts are that the Fulani headsmen are raiding their communities in a
I think our internet is really bad. We have to bear with it. I hope we can get better communications next. Yeah, but I wanted to try this. I'm sure we can get a better internet connection the next round. I'm not even sure she's aware her internet is bad again. Anyways, So there was a recent event that happened in Jos where a particular village was targeted, and there was, I think it happened on in one of the mining around that Jos area. And I contacted somebody about 2 days ago, and they said, "Oh, that there's a possibility that they could be doing mass burial for those people that were affected again." So this has always been the situation. So I don't know what it is. We can't get her here. Let me see whether I can call her directly. Maybe that will work. I don't even think it will work because the internet there is completely useless at this point. It's completely down. But I really wanted to speak to her on this specific issue. She's back, but I don't know for how long. Let's just call her directly and see. Okay, let's see how that works.
Bluetooth mode.
All right, welcome here. We can use this. We can communicate through this place, and then hopefully, if you're able to get strong access to internet going forward, we will be able to do that. Or better still, we can spend 10 minutes here, and I can invite you directly on my TikTok, so we can continue the conversation. But before you leave, I wanted to call you here so you can give us some of the updates. You said that there was another attack on communities in and around Plateau State. Where did this happen?
Yeah, there have been alleged attacks in other communities in Plateau State. People are saying it's part of the whole insecurity problems here in Nigeria. So that's what they're saying, that it is suspected that these bandits or the who are attacking such communities here in different parts of the state are just after ransom and mostly money. So it's either they will either pay ransom or they will kill the hostage.
Okay.
So it's not actually considered.
Yeah. So I'm trying to. I don't know.
Related.
Yeah. So I was trying to play a video of yours that I have and that I just posted. So in that conversation you and I had, you said that the Fulanis are not particularly Muslims. Let me play the video. Just hold on. I'll play the video, then I want your reaction to that video. So I'm going to play the video now if you're there. So listen to the video, and then let's hear your reaction. So connection. I think this internet stuff is a general problem in Nigeria.
Fulanis are not particularly Muslims. Mostly have a grudge against Christians, maybe. I feel Fulanis are not particularly Muslims. Most of them are atheists. But I think they have a particular, let me say, they have a grudge against Christians. Maybe Christians moved into their region or something, because I know Fulanis are particularly territorial. So when people move into where they have claimed as their territory, they actually push it to conflict.
Yeah, so that video was the conversation that you and I had. You said that the Fulanis are not particularly Muslims, that they are, most of them are non-believers or agnostics, and that they have a grudge against Christians, and that they are territorial in nature. Those are the three key words. Can you substantiate that claim, number one, that they are not particularly Muslims? Because from what I know, majority of Fulanis are ardent believers and they pray. And the second part of it is, you say they have a grudge against Christians. What sort of grudge do you think they have against Christians? And lastly, you say that they are territorial in nature. So I want you to touch on these three key points. Are you there? Are you there? We can't hear you if you're there. You have to unmute yourself so you can speak because we can't hear you. Blessing. Blessing, if you're there and you can hear me, you have to.
Yes, okay. The growth between the Fulani and the Christians in such regions is mostly due to land. So, according to what the Fulani believe or what they are thinking, is that the land in which the Christians are inhabiting belongs to them, belongs to their forefathers, while in truth is that Fulani don't actually stay in one place. The Fulani tribe, they actually move from one place to another, being nomadic, and people who cattle rearing, their main occupation there is cattle rearing.
Mm-hmm.
So them owning land isn't particularly what they are supposed to do or what they do. So let's just say it's just about a territorial conflict between them and the Christians.
And again, you said that
So
you said
about our
yeah.
previous video in which you were asking me about the mass murder of Christians in Boko's local government, there was a mass murder of Christians there, but it's not confirmed whether it was done by the Fulani. It was done by bandits, not actually bandits, but people who just have something against the Christians living in that particular area. So I'll say all the people living in that area were Christians, and then there was a mass burial, and in which the pastor was in charge of the sermon there was crying out for help from Trump to come and help the Christians here in
but my question,
Nigeria.
but my
that you're saying that there is a Christian genocide here.
yeah, but my question to you, if you can hear me, is that you said in that video that the Fulanis are not necessarily Muslims, that they are atheists or agnostic. Why would you say that they are not Muslims? Can you that?
Okay, the Fulani tribe has been existing long before existing around Nigeria and mostly the western part of Africa. This is outside here, and they have been moving. So they have belonged here before Islamic religion came. So not all of them are actually Muslim. Most of them are atheists, but some of them actually converted to Islam, while some are actually Christians. I know some Islamic Christians, and they are not actually particularly targeted towards the Christians. So maybe a particular community in which majority are Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So we believe there's a bigger power play here. So it is more than what meets the eye. That is, it's not particularly what we think that it's a Christian genocide. There may be more to the picture that we're actually seeing.
Yeah, so what do you think is the bigger picture, and who is doing this and for what purpose? What is the benefits of all of this? You said that, number one, you said, yeah, there might be targeted killing against Christians. And secondly, you're saying, well, it's not really about genocide against Christians, that there might be some sort of power play, or there might be some sort of people pushing an agenda against different interest groups in the region. For what purpose? Is it about resources? Is it about land? Is it politics? Can you explain that?
For one, the agenda isn't actually known to anyone because they have been given let me put like this signal on what their main mission is or what their main aim is. So for me, I feel as if they are passing a message onto all Christians or onto all Nigerians as a whole that they are here to mark their own territory, and they are being rebounded, that is being shifted away from the actual civilization of the country. So I feel that they are being headed by a more powerful person, because there's no way such nomadic or such let me not use an offensive word, but something Brazilian can organize themselves and actually attack a particular community with one aim. It can be hardly put that yes, they have an actual aim that they would attack the community for.
Yeah, but the Biron people and the Angas, the Lantan, and any other community in the plateau that they are, going against, are accusing them of trying to take land, accusing them of expanding their influence and power by seizing land and living on the land. Don't you see that also as a rationale behind why they are doing what they're doing? Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Can you speak yourself?
Yeah, so the local tribes in Plateau State are accusing the Fulanis of an attempt to grab land, an attempt to seize what the local tribe, for instance, the Biron people or the Magavu, the Lantan, like the people from Bokos and Barkin Ladi and all these people believe that these are their ancestral lands. They believe that the Fulanis are trying to seize those lands and expand their influence and power. Don't you also see this as a rationale behind all these killings? Because you're saying that, yeah, we don't really know their purpose, but the locals are saying we know their purpose and they want to take land.
Yes, even in other local governments, especially in High Palm, that's near Airport Road, which is at the very it's border town between
So I think it's under.
So
is
they have
that
actually been
is that under
complained.
Is that under Barkin Ladi? Haipan
Pardon?
is Haipan
Yes.
under Barkin Ladi local government.
Yes, High Palm is not in Banking. Okay, it's after Banking government.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So yes, there have been complaints around the High Palm government that there have been killing and kidnapping or then even attacking of residents living in such areas because such areas is a very desolate place. So there have been many attacks on them because they are helpless. For one, they are helpless and they have little to no security there. So I really feel if the bandits were to attack a particular area, they won't attack people who are helpless and can't even actually cater for their day-to-day needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
there are ransom.
Mm-hmm. So you believe that they are doing this because these are rural communities and the people there don't have enough in terms of security to help them, and this is why they are organizing. The criminals are organizing themselves to do that.
Yes.
Mm.
I would say they just want to cause a security unrest, especially now which is in the festive period. Now there's actually such a state of security unrest that it's even almost prohibited for most people now to come out for. It's actually very scary for most people to come out from their houses at such festive period to not stop more of traveling during this period.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining this section. We will continue this conversation on my TikTok. I think your internet is a bit better now. It has stabilized a bit, so I'll try to invite you to side. Thank you.